Attention of D2 football fans all across the country. 11-0 Harding meets 9-2 Northwest Missouri State on a cloudy November Saturday afternoon. Temperature in the mid-60s. Football greetings, and we welcome you inside First Security Stadium in Searcy, Arkansas for today's NCAA Division II playoffs. Billy Morgan along with Park Parrish, and we are delighted to have you with us for a game that has drawn attention from the time it was announced on Sunday evening. And Park, it's always great to be with you, and it's Harding and Northwest Missouri State, which means as far as this series knows, it's playoff time, with the Bearcats winning the 4 matchups in their series, all in the playoffs, going back to 2012. And you have been a part of this matchup as a player in 2016, and you know how physical this matchup is.
Yeah, this is a heavyweight battle right here, Billy. Two really good football teams that have had a lot of success in the playoffs. Northwest Missouri, obviously that's a program that has a lot of history, a lot of success in the playoffs with several national championships. Harding recently, 2 years ago, won their national championship. They finally were able to break through. This is a Northwest team that has kind of been the reason Harding wasn't able to break through for a long time. So this is one the Bison fans want for sure, and the Northwest Missouri fans obviously want a similar result to what they've seen in the past.
When you talk about this game, it's a clash between two top 12 offenses and top 8 defenses in the nation. Harding is number 3 offensively and number 1 defensively, while Northwest Missouri State, they're number 12 offensively and number 8 defensively. It's a treat for the fans of the D2 football world today.
Well, these are two teams that when you start talking about, Division II playoffs, national championship hopes, these are teams that you've been talking about all year. A lot of talent on both sides, a lot of history. It's going to be a fun one for us, Billy.
All right, coin toss was won by Northwest Missouri State. They said, we want the football. Bisons will kick it away to our right, and Northwest Missouri State will receive. And for Harding, kicking off Magnus Leapak, he's had at least 3 touchbacks in each game this year. It's a high end-over-end kick that sails through the end zone, and Northwest Missouri State will begin after the touchback, and we'll see the offense for Northwest Missouri State to begin this game. And coming out and leading the team on offense, it's going to be Chris Runke. He's the quarterback, and Quincy Torrey, normally the tailback, but no tailback to start. 3 receivers to the right, Erwin Nash, Maddox Morris, and Luke Matthews are the receivers. And now here comes in motion Quincy Torrey. He will be in the backfield, lined up to the left, and they're going to run it here to the right side, trying to get outside and take it up to the almost the 30, up to the 29-yard line. Brock Napton is outside to make the tackle at the 29 after the 4-yard carry. Zach O'Day also in on the stop for Harding, and a second down and 6.
Yeah, see Harding here in their patented 4-2-5 that Coach Simmons has always ran. I'm anxious to see this D-line versus this O-line today.
Second down, 4, open field to the left, and now they want to throw it here. Rolling to the left, and now throwing over the middle and incomplete. And a pass a little bit to the right of Erwin Nash. He's a junior from Olathe, Kansas. He's a transfer from K-State. He's caught 33 passes this year for 3 touchdowns. Now here's third down. Third downs are always big in the playoffs, Park. 46% for Northwest Missouri State. Harding allowing opponents just 29%.
Yeah, really good job in zone coverage right there by Harding. Wasn't really anywhere to go with the football in that last play.
Third down and 6. And now Runke wants to throw. Throws right side. It is broken up at the 48-yard line. Troy Wiseman. Broken up. It was intended for Filion, and it'll be a 3-and-out for Northwest Missouri State, and the punting unit comes on.
Yeah, just one-on-one coverage right there with safety help over the top, but a really nice job by the corner of using that sideline to his advantage. Fighting going on both ways right there. Probably a good no call.
Tommy Warner, freshman from Melbourne, Australia, with a punt. It's a high punt. Fair catch being called for. A lot of traffic around Ty Duggar. He'll take the fair catch at the 30, 6-yard line. Aiden Efall's on the sideline. He'll be talking about the Bisons and Bearcats today. And let's go downstairs and check in with Aiden right now. Aiden, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Billy. These are two great teams and two run-first offenses. Harding, of course, is run-first to the extreme. I expect we'll see 3 runs. Bearcats started with a run. Both of these teams are going to want to drag out their drives, keep the other team off of the field as much as possible. The Bearcats unable to do that on their first drive. Let's see if the Bisons can do that on their own.
All right, Aiden, look forward to hearing from you this afternoon. First down from the 35 where they officially mark it. Toss left side, Jay up to the 40-yard line. Jay's going to get 11 on first down, and he's going to get a first down as he's going to be stopped by Holden Zygmunt. 43 tackles for him on the year, and the Bisons get 11 on first down with a toss to the left side.
Yeah, an unusual start for the Bisons. We almost always see zone dive just as a feeler, but Coach Wheaton mixing it up right there with toss.
Cole Keelan, 52nd start for him. He's the quarterback, 47-4 as his starter. Andrew Miller is the B-back. The slot backs, Braden Jay and Christian Franklin, and the Bisons start with a tight end look on the first series. And now open field to the right. Give to Miller off the left side, takes it forward. He'll get a couple on the play, and that's going to be it. He is stopped by Ray Smith, and it'll be second down and 8 coming up here for Harding. We'll see. The big guys up front mean so much for Harding's offense. Kobe Williams is the center, Dylan Daring and David Gomez the guards. Jake Mitchell and Mike Erickson are the tackles. The receivers are Brady Barnett and Bodie Neal, and we'll see a lot of the tight end today, and Isaac Gray.
Familiar 4-3 look here with a deep Mike linebacker.
Second down and 8 from the 47 of Harding. Keelan keeps, takes it to the 49 of Northwest Missouri State. He'll get to the 48, and they gang up and tackle him right up the middle. And it is Ben Inus, a senior, who made the tackle. 52 tackles for him on the year and 8 tackles for loss. Now third down, 4. Now the Bisons have a third down. They're 52% this year on third down, and teams have been 46% against Northwest Missouri State on the season.
Tell you what you're going to need to do if you're Northwest Missouri today, and that's your safeties are going to have to be really good at flying up and tackling in open space.
So a ball right in the center of the field at the 49. Toss to the right side. Carrying it for a first down is Christian Franklin. He's going to get to the 43. And Harding will move the chains for the second time on this series.
Yeah, good job right there by the Bisons. What they're wanting to do is they're wanting to isolate one defender on their ball carrier. And usually that means, you're trying to get to a safety, whether that's the play side or the backside safety. Right there where they were able to do it and got just enough for the first down.
So at the 43-yard line, Bisons offensively, 4 major statistical categories they lead the country: rushing offense, total defense, scoring defense, and red zone defense. And now handed off here for Andrew Miller, and he gets into the secondary down to the 35-yard line, and he's going to be dragged down. And now it's going to be Parker Bowen who made the tackle. 47 tackles for him on the year, but the Bisons get 8 on first down, second down, and really about 8.5, so it's second down a yard and a half.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to get 4 or 5, yards on first down in this offense. So when you're able to get 8 or 9, it makes you, that much more deadly when you're running this type of scheme.
Second down, open field to the left. And now Keelan takes. Now Keelan faked the toss to the left, keeps off the right side, carries it to the 31-yard line. Stopped by Jacob Stockard, sophomore from Kansas City. And now it's a Harding first down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think they want to run that QB any more than they have to, but, when you're in the playoffs, you kind of got to do what you have to do. And you can only take away so much, so when your quarterback's able to be that true third triple option, it makes this offense that much more special.
So now first down with open field to the left at the 31-yard lines, the line of scrimmage. Keelan, option, toss, left side, Jay, 35, 20, inside the 15-yard line, down to the 11-yard line, and the Bisons have first down and goal, but the center is down, so we'll have a timeout for a moment. Kobe Williams is down, And they'll go out, and Eric Myers and his training staff will check with him here in the early going. And a lot of games have already started around the country, and we'll look at scores as the afternoon goes on. And he's up, coming off the field. So Coach Simmons was out there as well to check on him to make sure that he was okay. But Park, when you talk about both of these teams, Paul Simmons, what a job he's done. He played here. He coached here. He was an All-American as a player. He's in the Harding Sports Hall of Fame his 8th year. And John McMenamin, what a job he's done in his first year at Northwest Missouri State as head coach.
Yeah, you know, Paul Simmons has been nothing but successful since being here. And that's a Northwest program that has a lot of history. So I expect that he has a lot of talent and will do well there. First down, and from the 11-yard line, give it to Miller, and Miller's going to take it inside the 10-yard line. Stopped by Ben Inus. It's a pickup, though, of 4 on first down, so now it's second down and 6. Bison's in the red zone this year, 42 of 50, 37 touchdowns. Both of these teams coming into play today had been to the red zone 50 times on the year. It is second down. Second down and 5. Harding can get a first down at the 1. It's a heavyweight battle, that's for sure.
Bison's averaging 460 yards per game. And now toss left side. Jay turns it inside to the 5. Twisting, turning, touchdown Harding. Braden Jay on the 7-yard touchdown run. And the Bisons grab the early lead. 9:16 left in the first quarter, and it's 6-0 Harding.
And let me tell you this, Billy, that's something that Harding fans have not seen very much against this Northwest Missouri football team, is a touchdown. They have been hard to come by in this series.
Braden Jay, the Great American Conference Offensive Player of the Year, and the extra point from Magnus Lepak is good. Lepak on the year, very good, 61 of 62 on PATs, now 62 of 63. Timeout, 9:16 left here in the first quarter. We'll step away for 60 seconds. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. .9:16 left here in the first half. Harding opens the scoring with a 65-yard drive. 9 plays, took 4:58 off the clock. And Braden Jay, who's had a tremendous season, he's been great in the playoffs in his career. And in 6 playoff games, 611 all-purpose yards, and now 6 touchdowns now in his 7th game.
He's just a stud. I mean, you know, we get to watch it every week, Billy, so we know. But for people that haven't seen Braden Jay play, you're in for a treat.
Maddox Morris and Dominic Myers, who's explosive. Dominic Myers, they are both deep for this kickoff, and this is a kick that's going to go into the end zone, so that's back-to-back touchbacks for Magnus Lepak. And now we see the Northwest Missouri State offense come back out onto the field. And Park, they had one series, and we know what this is, a game of adjustments, and we know we'll see adjustments throughout the day.
Oh yeah, this game is far from over. I mean, obviously an ideal start for Harding there. You couldn't draw it up any better. You know, 3 and out, and then you drive it right down and you punch one in. So see what happens here on this second drive from Northwest Missouri.
Northwest Missouri State, 51 touchdowns on the year, First down from the 25-yard line. Going to run it up the middle. Big hole across the 30-yard line up to the 35-yard line. And Clark Griffin makes the tackle, and also Kanan Harris. It's a 9-yard gain on first down for the Bearcats, and now second down and a yard. They opened up a big hole up the middle there.
Well, that's some big fellas on that O-line, and they did a good job of run blocking right there.
So it is Runke at quarterback. Quincy Torrey, the redshirt freshman from Lee Summit, just outside of Kansas City, is the back to his right. Now Runke wants to throw. Throws right side, incomplete. Threw a little high, and then Jordan Mays made contact with Quincy Torrey after the pass was over his head. Now third down and short. Harding on their first drive on third down. They only had one third down. They converted. This will be Northwest Missouri State's second third down.
There was a nice push right there on the left side of that D line. Was able to drive that tackle back into the quarterback and disrupt him a little bit.
Runke looking into the boundary. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Football right in the middle of the field. At the 35. Just before the 35. Now they'll turn, hand it off. No, I beg your pardon. Runke's going to keep it. Coming near side 40. 45 midfield. He's got a first down, and he'll step out of bounds inside the 50-yard line at the 46. That was a great fake by Chris Runke, the senior from Platte City, Missouri, and he runs for a first down to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that was a really well-designed play right there. You don't see a lot of Harding blitzes. Bring a guy off the edge right there. Quarterback turns to the right side, fakes the handoff, and then wheels back to the left to vacate the space the defender left.
Runke has Torrey to his left, and now he's going to throw, and this is tipped up in the air and intercepted. Picked off coming near side of the 45-yard line to the 46, and the Bisons get a turnover early. It was picked up in the air and then picked off by Jordan Mays. That's his first interception of the year, and the Bisons have it at the 46.
Wow, I mean, not a good throw by the quarterback right there, but you don't ever expect one to go off a guy's foot and bounce into the air. That is unfortunate for Northwest Missouri. A big break for Harding. Way to have your heads up and come up with the play right there on defense, but man, as a former quarterback, that one hurts.
Yeah, you see the replay right there, and it caromed way up in the air.
That's the one you're thinking, really? Did I just get picked off like that?
So it's first down at the 46-yard line for Harding, 7-0. Harding, open field to the left. And now this time Keelan got to run in reverse, coming near side, 45, midfield, down the sideline at the 40, at the 30, inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. And that's Brady Barnett, the talented sophomore from Mountain Home. He is stopped downfield by Shane Fredrickson, the senior from Lee Summit. And now it's first down, Harding at the 26.
The former Bomber turned Bison right there with a big play for Harding. Marching again, knocking on the door of the red zone, see if they can take advantage of the turnover here.
7:25 remaining here in quarter number one. Opening round of the NCAA Division II football playoff, Super Region 3. And now here is the give to Miller. Miller looking for some space, and he's going to get positive yardage. Get about 3 on the play, and he ran into a big group of Bearcats. Cooper Berry, 29 tackles from him on the year. He's a senior from Warrensburg, Missouri. Second down and 7.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the D-line right there, just eating up a double-team block and limiting the damage there.
6:45 and counting here in the first quarter of play. Harding moving down to our right. Now Keelan ready to take the snap. Does. Toss right side for Franklin. Franklin with a little airborne movement there as he got in the air for just a moment, got inside the 15-yard line. We've seen him high step at times this year and go airborne. He gets down to the 12-yard line, and it's enough for a Harding first down.
Yeah, little wrinkle right there, a little bit of double option. It looked like Cole did a good job of reading that up and pitching off the right guy. And so far, the edge blocking for the Bisons has been really good.
Need to mention that Kobe Williams did come right back in after one play. He is the center. Now the football is on the right hash mark. And first down, Harding this time at the 17-yard line. Give to Miller. He gets beg your pardon, this time at the 12-yard line. He's going to get down to the 10, and then Clayton Power made the tackle. 36 tackles for him, but 7.5 sacks and 2 interceptions for the big fella on the year. Second down and 6 from just inside the 10. This is a team with 32 sacks on the year. Obviously, Harding doesn't throw it a lot, but you said that still can translate to this offense because they're in the backfield.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's a huge D-line. Big, strong, powerful guys. Right there, just a zone dive, just matching up one-on-one.
Football is at the 9. Give it to Miller up the middle, and Miller hit hard. And he actually was airborne when he was hit, held on to the football. That was quite a pop. But he gets a couple. Now it's 3rd down and 4. And, I was doing a radio interview earlier this week and talking about, I thought, you get in the red zone, this is the kind of game where you feel like you need 6 instead of 3.
No doubt. Nice hit right there by Carter Edwards, 6 foot, 235. That's a load coming at you. So if you're in the air and he pops you, you're gonna feel that one.
3rd down and 4, and now this time Keelan faked the toss, keeps, and he's gonna be grabbed and stopped. No gain on the play, and they crashed in from the edge, and that was the linebacker Carter Edwards, the senior from St. Louis. 12.5 tackles for loss, and add another one because that was about a yard loss on the play, and now it's 4th down and 5, and the field goal unit does come on. So this has to feel like a win for Northwest Missouri State to force a field goal try here.
Yes, no doubt. That was a busted play. I don't know if it was QB bust or B-back bust, but somebody did wrong there. B-back was in the way on that. I don't know if he's lead blocking or supposed to go backside, but somebody messed up.
Placement is down, and a 25-yard field goal from the right side. Hash marks is good, and Magnus Lepak connects from 25, and the Bisons now have a 10-0 lead. 3:49 left here in the first quarter. We step away from First Security Stadium for 60 seconds. It is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. .349 remaining here in the first quarter. Billy Morgan, Park Parish, and our crew. Aiden Efaw is with us today. 25-yard field goal, 7-play, 46-yard drive for Harding. And Magnus Lepak now 7 of 12 on the year in field goals. And ready to kick it off from the 35-yard line down to our right. High end-over-end kick. That'll go through the end zone. So he already has his 3 touchbacks. He's had one in every game. We have not talked about the wind. The wind right now is at the back of Harding, and it's really, this is for our fans maybe that have not been here to First Security Stadium, it's a east-west field. So the wind is really blowing out of the northwest right now.
Yeah, taking advantage of that with the wind at his back right here.
Mid-60s, 64 degrees. It's cloudy right now. They do expect some sunshine throughout the day. Football is at the 25, and now it is a change at quarterback, and now they'll turn and hand it off, run it up to the 30-yard line to the 31. We knew we'd see both quarterbacks today, and there's Tayshawn Porter who carried it. Sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska. He gets 7 on first down. They opened a hole for him. And in at quarterback is Zechariah Owens, the redshirt freshman from Glendale, Arizona. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's run for 593 yards and 10 touchdowns. And he's thrown for 700 yards. That pass this time is incomplete, coming to the near side, trying to hook up with Tayshawn Porter. But he has been great this year on his completion percentage, 58 of 87. Before that one, 67%, 705 yards, 7 touchdowns, and just 1 interception.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, I guess it was a bad throw, but it looks like he was trying to lead his receiver up the field a little bit. May have got a little too much depth right there, but
Owens on 3rd down and 3, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left. That's into open field, 2 to the right. And now Owens has a man in motion, and he'll hand it off to him coming to the near side. He is hit behind the line of scrimmage and down. Ty Duggar and Clark Griffin back to spoil that play, and it's a loss to the 30, and now it's 4th down and 5.
You know, it's kind of interesting. You see what they do on first down, running it right up the chute right there, and you get 7, and then you try to, swing one out wide, and you run a sweep play there. It kind of makes you question, why not go right back to the dive? It was working.
So here's the punt. 2:47 remaining here in the first quarter, and it is a high end-over-end punt, fair catch, called for and taken by Ty Duggar at the 33-yard line. Harding will take over right there, and they'll mark it at the 33. Ty Duggar has been great in his Harding career. He takes care of the punt returns, but also on defense, 53 tackles and 2 interceptions for him on the year.
It's nice to have a guy that you trust back there returning punts, that's for sure.
So now it is first down, 2:39 left here in the first quarter, and Harding leads 10-0. They have forced 1 turnover and 2 punts. Football is on the right hash mark, and now Keelan takes the snap, turns, hands it off now for Miller running off the left side. He's going to get a yard, and that's it. He's going to be stopped. And Ben Innes has been very active early on. Mentioned 8 tackles for loss for him on the year. He's a senior, and they give him a 2-yard gain on the play, 2.5. So now it's 2nd down coming up and just over 7 for Harding. Andrew Miller has been such a tremendous story for Harding this year. 2,933 yards, just 67 yards short of becoming the 6th player at Harding with 3,000 yards. Toss right side. Hines Jr. across the 40 up to the 42-yard line, and he is stopped by Holden Zygmunt. He has 43 tackles on the year coming in, a sophomore from Shawnee, Kansas. And now 3rd down, 3rd and 2, and I think 3rd downs obviously are big, and they have been here in this one so far.
Yeah, that double option has been nice for Harding so far, just kind of spinning Cole Keelan out and sealing that edge and making him basically one-on-one with that outside linebacker. That's been a good play so far.
Bisons have a receiver to the right side. That's Bodie Neal. The tight end, Isaac Gray, is on the left side. And 3rd down and 2 from the 41s where they have it marked. Give to Miller. Miller weaving his way forward for a first down up to the 45-yard line. He is stopped by Jacob Stoddard, the sophomore from Kansas City. And Harding with first down, number 8 already here in the first quarter.
Yeah, just power right there to the B-back. That's a nice job of blocking.
We go under a minute.
This Northwest defense is hard to get them squared up. I mean, they had a little bit of penetration right there, but Andrew Miller just slippery enough to slip through there.
Football on the right hash. And now Keelan takes the snap. Keelan keeps around, coming to the near side, and he'll take it up to the 47-yard line. He's right behind Isaac Gray. And it was Shane Fredrickson on the tackle.
I think if you're cold there, you want to be a little bit more efficient. Get that foot in the ground and get a little bit more north. You know, this is a really good defense that is efficient. And if you get a little bit loopy with that, then they're going to close on you quick.
Final play of the first quarter. Harding 126 yards all on the ground. Northwest Missouri State 38 yards of offense. and a turnover. So we'll come back for the second quarter. 10-0. Harding leads after one. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. Here we go to the second quarter, and after one quarter, I told you some of the numbers as we went to break. 126 yards for Harding, 38 for Northwest Missouri State, 8 first downs for Harding, 1 for Northwest Missouri State. Bisons 2 of 3 on third down, Bearcats 1 of 3 on third down. Harding second down and 8 from their own 47-yard line. Now moving to our left, toss to the left side, Jay, and now Jay is going to get across midfield to the 47-yard line, and he's about 2.5 short of a first down. Shane Fredrickson, a senior from Lee Summit, he went to Lee Summit West. He made the tackle, third down and 3.
I'll tell you what, against a defense like this, it's big and physical. You earn everything you get, that's for sure. You're going to pay for it too. You're going to get hit hard, and they know how to tackle.
So Northwest Missouri State program, what tradition, 53 all-time playoff wins. And now third down, Miller, good effort. And then the second effort, he dives forward, first down inside the 45, down to the 41. And the Bisons have been super on third down.
I'll tell you what, this O-line, that push right there, they just drove them 2 yards off the ball. I mean, if you do that all day, you're going to be set up for success.
14 minutes remaining here in the second quarter, and 10-0 Harding. Northwest Missouri State won in 12 and 16, 35-0. They beat the Bisons 7-6 and 19. The Bearcats beat the Bisons here in Searcy 28-9 back in 21.
I can tell you that 16 team was special.
Here's a give to Miller, made the first man miss. Now darts back to his left, takes it inside the 35-yard line, down to the 34. And Carter Edwards on the tackle, but he gets 7 on first down. And for this offense, that's tough to stop for defenses when you're getting 7 on first down.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, that's where this offense really becomes tough, is when you let them have those second and short and third and short. They just lean on you over time.
And Miller now at 43 yards on the ground. 13 minutes left, second quarter, 10-0 Harding. They have the football at the 35. Toss left side for Jay. Jay upended at the 32-yard line. And good penetration there and a good play by Antoine Jenkins Jr. He's a junior from Levine, Arizona. He has 2 picks on the year. It's third down, about 1.5 yards. Harding has to get to the 31. The football is just outside the 32.
You know, we've seen Harding run a lot more tight end this year than we have in years past. Not as many what they used to call wide sets with 2 wide receivers.
So now this time Bisons keep it on the ground up the middle, and Andrew Miller, who's a workhorse, takes it to the 30-yard line, and it is a Harding first down. And Andrew Miller coming in, 154 carries for him on the year, and now 12 carries already in this game.
Yeah, not a lot on the last 2 plays right there. Really good job by Northwest of stop and toss on second down and defending right there. But it's that first down, when you get 7 yards, this offense is almost impossible to stop.
Hines Jr. in motion. This may be a free play now. Keelan wants to throw to the right side, and there's another flag that comes in. There was contact between one of the defenders and Bodie Neal. So a couple of flags down, and we'll check in with our referee, Richard Gray, for the first time today.
Harding's going to end up declining this offside penalty and accepting the pass interference.
There are multiple fouls on the play, both on the defense. Offside, number 97, defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense, number 37. It's a spot foul, automatic, first down.
So now Northwest Missouri State, the turnover obviously hurt the Bearcats, and now that flag puts the Bisons at the 21-yard line, up 10-0 with 11:43 left here in the first half.
He has a nice job by Cole right there. The receiver's clearly not open, but you've got a free play, so throw it up to him anyway. You never know, and there you go. You get a penalty and a few additional yards there.
Brandon Hines Jr. is a slot back on the left side. He's been very good. Football on the right hash mark. Now give to Miller, finds a hole inside the 15-yard line, down to the 13-yard line. Good gain down on first down of 8. And Shane Fredrickson again on the tackle.
That trap has been a good play. We've seen him run it a couple times with Andrew, and it's been good for about 8 to 10 every time they've run it. It's a nice one to have in the back pocket when you need one.
So it's inside the 15 down. Line of scrimmage is the 13-yard line. Bison's letting the play clock run. It's at 14-11 left here in quarter number 2. Opening round from Searcy, Arkansas. And now Keelan takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Miller. He's hit. He's pushed backwards right outside the 10-yard line. They're going to give him the 10. He was first hit by Carter Edwards, but it's enough for a first down. And now they mark this run at the 10, so it's first down and goal for the Bisons. Bearcats were able to hold the Bisons to a field goal the last time they were down here.
Yeah, you know Harding won 6 for sure. He went back to trap right there, defended a little bit better, and a nice tackle on that play. Andrew Miller, I'll tell you what, if you're going to play B-back in this system, you got to be a tough guy.
Yeah, and you talked about it. You mentioned it last week, the speed that we see from Andrew Miller. I'm not sure we've seen at that position.
No, he's a guy that can do it all. He can punish you, but he can also break away from you, and you don't get runners like that very often.
Timeout, Harding will take it. So the first timeout charge to them. 10-13 left here in the first quarter from First Security Stadium in Searcy, Arkansas. It is 10-0. Harding leads Northwest Missouri State. We'll step away for 30 seconds. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. Toss left side, Jay to the 10, Jay to the 5, diving, hit the pylon, touchdown Harding. Braden Jay on the 10-yard touchdown run around the left end, hit the pylon, and Harding opens up a 16-0 lead. He got to the edge and in a hurry, and that is his second touchdown in the game.
Just a really nice job right there by Cole Keelan. I mean, he realized, I've got my speedster here, and he's got leverage. That's all the space he needs, and he got it to him early.
And now Northwest Missouri State comes through early, so flag is down.
Offside, number 43. Defense, half the distance to the goal. Replay the try.
So 10:08 left here in the second, and it's 16-0. So now Lepak, who will step up to the 8-yard line. Hilton will snap it. Mamana will hold it toward the west end zone, and now he swings his right leg, and the extra point is perfect. 17-0 Harding. That was a drive after the defense had held on 3 and out. So Harding with a 17-0 lead. Let's step away, take a 30-second timeout. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. .08 left here in the first half. Harding now 17-0. They lead. And the scoring drive just a few moments ago, Bisons went right down the field and put more points on the board. The defense, obviously, people will talk about this Harding offense, but so far, to me, the story just as much has been the defense today.
Yeah, the defense has been great, and Northwest Missouri has kind of shot themselves in their own foot, so to speak, with the turnover and just not taking advantage of some opportunities. So see if they continue to make adjustments. This ball game's still far from over.
Yeah, and that one penalty was critical, I thought, on that last drive, the pass interference penalty. 10:08 left. Here's Magnus Lepak to kick it away in the second quarter. And now he'll kick it this time into the wind. High kick. That'll go into the end zone, even into the wind. And Northwest Missouri State will start from their own 25-yard line. We saw Zechariah Owens on the last series. We'll see which quarterback we're going to see on this series as Northwest Missouri State brings their offense out. And I was talking about the Bearcats' 53 all-time playoff wins. The MIAA, they have a combined 45 games. And the Bearcats, so much tradition with this
It's a great
program.
league. It's a great league. They know how to play football, that's for sure.
First down, open field right. And now it is Zechariah Owens running the offense. He takes, and now he hands it off to the left side, across the 30, 35, up the sideline, midfield, 45, down the sideline, foot race to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Northwest Missouri State, and 75 yards, Quincy Torrey up the left sideline, showed the speed from the talented redshirt freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri, and now the Bearcats with some much-needed momentum, and they're on the board.
Yeah, that was just excellent blocking on the edge right there. You see the two pulling offensive linemen able to get their hats on the defenders, and Clark Griffin got hung up there as well. That's Harding's best tackler, and off to the races for the Bearcats.
So now the extra point try is up, and the extra point is good. Mo Alwaley, who's only missed 2 on the year, as you look at the replay, he's 49 of 51, and he hit that one. And then the foot race, and he won it up the left sideline. Touchdown, Quincy Torrey, and now it's 17-7. Harding leads. 19:56 left here in the opening round of the playoffs. We take a 30-second break. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. .56 left in the second quarter, and that felt like a touchdown that Northwest Missouri State, you felt like I was about to say before the run, you feel like this is a drive. They need to put something together. And Park, they wasted no time. One play, 75 yards, and a 75-yard touchdown run from Quincy Torrey.
Yeah, it might just be the shot in the arm they needed.
Kickoff, high end over end kick, taken from the 4, return Valcarcel across. He fumbled the football. He fumbled it. It's on the turf, and the Bisons recovered it. At least they had it scooped up. We'll see. Northwest Missouri State saying they had it, but it's at the 20-yard line. See if Harding comes away with it. It looked like it had landed. Yeah, they're trying to wrestle it away from Drew Nelson. And that's a break if Harding.
Well, there's a penalty marker on the play. I saw some pulling off the pile. I saw some jumping on the pile, so I don't know who it's going to be.
That was Nelson, yeah. Drew Nelson, he got a fortuitous bounce.
Yes, he did.
It landed right in his lap. It was punched free from Valcarcel. There is a flag that Park was talking about that we'll check. And turnovers obviously will be such a.
One of the plays, a fumble recovered by the receiving team during the return, holding number 31 return team. 10-yard penalty from into the run. First down, Harding.
Northwest Missouri State, we saw them down here in 2021. What a great following they had that day. And their fans now have the first reason to really get excited, and they're making noise across the way. And this is a huge drive now for the Bisons and for the Bearcats. 9:48 left here in the first half, and it starts at the Harding 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's already a successful drive for Harding because they still have the football.
Yeah, no doubt. So football is at the 10-yard line. Keelan looking into the boundary. Franklin's back in the game on this series. Barnett is the receiver to the left. Neal is the receiver to the right. Play clock is at 10. And now Keelan has the play. From the Harding 10. Keelan takes, gives Miller, finds a hole across the 15, across the 20, up to the 21-yard line. He's got a first down, stopped by Holden Zygmunt.
And that little trap that hits on the backside and cuts back play side has been really good for the Bisons. And so far, outside of a play or two, Northwest has had a really hard time stopping it. You know, going back to the kickoff return, Billy, I thought the penalty was going to be on some, excessive things going on the pile, but turns out they didn't get any of that. It would have been a wash either way. You had a Harding player pulling guys off the ball, and you had Northwest jumping on, so fine with the no call there.
Football at the 21-yard line. Toss left side for Jay, trying to turn the corner, and he stopped at the 21-yard line. That was a great job by Patrick Martin, the junior from Independence, Missouri. And it's no gain on the play, and second down. Independence is maybe about 10 minutes from Arrowhead Stadium.
That right there was an adjustment to the double option that we've seen Harding run. They've been really successful with that play. Saw them score a touchdown on it a little while ago, but good job right there by the safety. You have to fly up, and you have to be the one that makes that play.
Second down, open field right. No gain on the play. Second and 10. And now Keelan this time gives to Miller. Miller, they're trying to strip the football away from him. The Bearcats are, but he'll carry it forward. And he'll get up to the 28-yard line, stopped by Jacob Stockard. And now it's third down. Give him 7. Third down and 3.
This is a big play right here. We don't see Harding put the ball in the air much. I don't know if they will here or not, but could be a spot for it.
4 of 5 on third down for the Bisons.
They ran that trap again right there. It's been there. I would be shocked if they go back to it a third time. But you never know with Coach Wheaton.
Open field is to the right. And now play clock at 5. And Keelan takes the snap. Toss. This is for Miller, and he's going to have the first down. Running right outside the tackles up to the 34-yard line. Move the chains and a big first down.
That is a big first down. That is a big first down for momentum.
So 2 first downs on this drive. Remember, this drive started at the 10-yard line.
B-back toss. You don't see it much,
no.
But it's been effective this year when we have seen it.
Ball is at the 34 with open field to the right. 7-13 and counting here in the second quarter. 17-7. Harding leads Northwest Missouri State. And now Keelan takes the snap. Keelan, toss right side. Franklin, 40, gets outside. Midfield, dragged down. Touchdown saving tackle at the 43-yard line and made by Shane Fredrickson. And Franklin was almost gone.
Yes, he was, and a really good job by Cole of waiting till the last minute to pitch that football. making sure that his guy had leverage before he gave it to him. If you pitch it too early, that linebacker can make that play. You have to make him freeze in his tracks and allow your pitch man to get outside of him a step.
It's at the 43 now. Harding moves the chains one more time, and now 15 first downs already. 6:23 left in the first half, and now Keelan from the 43. And Keelan keeps. Keelan to the 40. Keelan dragged down at the 38-yard line. Quick first step there from Cole, and had a little bit of a hole to run. And Cooper Berry, the senior, made the tackle. Second down. He got 6 there. Second down and 4.
Yeah, that was either a mid-double play or a misread where he just followed the B-back. I couldn't quite tell. It hit so fast. That's the problem with that mid-line option, is it hits quick, and you better be paying attention.
This is a Northwest Missouri State team that's been great against the run. They have only allowed 11 rushing touchdowns before today. Second down and 4 from the 37-yard line. Give here to Miller. Miller breaks a tackle. He's inside the 30, lowers his shoulder, and he gets down inside the 28-yard line, down to the 27. There's a Bearcat down.
I'll tell you what, Northwest is going to have to make an adjustment on that trap. That's been hurting.
5:19 left, and the injured Bearcat, Parker Bennett, they'll tend to him. And the timeout on the field. And we'll look at scores in the playoffs, and the winner of this game plays either Pittsburgh State or Chadron State. That's in Pittsburgh, Kansas today. It's 7-3 Pitt State, 10:55 left in the second quarter of that game. And around the country, some other scores. Ferris State all over Northwood. 44-14. That's in the third quarter of that game. And at halftime, we'll look more in depth here at the scoreboard and go down and check in. What are you seeing down on the sideline, Aiden Efall?
Thanks, Billy. This is going to be a game that's won in the trenches, but really won in the clock. The Bearcat defense has been on the field a lot, and you can really tell that it's starting to affect them. Hopefully, this injury not too long lasting for the Bearcats. They can get one of their defensive linemen back on the field, but they're starting to get worn out already here in the second quarter. Both offensive lines have been blocking well, so the trenches, the battle is going well for both teams on the offensive end, but the Bearcat defense is really getting tired already.
All right, thanks, Aiden. Parker Bennett was the injured player, redshirt freshman from Jefferson City. He's able to walk off the field, so that's good news. And talking about the time of possession, Harding's had it 16 minutes and 39 seconds. The Bearcats have had it 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Give it up the middle, and Andrew Miller, tough yards, down to the 22-yard line. Going to be stopped by Shane Fredrickson, and it's a 5-yard gain, though, in second down and 5. It's a good point by Aiden. We look at the time of possession a lot, but it has not been as wide a gap for any of the games the Bisons have played this year than it has been thus far in this one.
Yeah, the offense, the yards have been tough to come by. You haven't seen a lot of, long broken off plays, but it's been steady. It's been 4 here, 5 there, 7 yards. And they've just been able to keep the chains moving, and when you can do that, you're going to hang on to the football.
4:18 left until half. And now Keelan takes, toss left side, Jay to the 20 and upended. That's a good tackle as he was trying to get outside. And Baruch Hasubu made the tackle.
I'll tell you what, this is just good football, Billy. I mean, it's good football on both sides. This is a lot of fun to watch. You've got a Harding offense which is just super efficient and very good at what they do. And then you have a Bearcat defense that is just so talented, and they tackle really well. This is just good on good.
2-yard gain, third down 3, and now give here to Miller. Miller dives forward. He's close, and it looks like he's got it. He's got enough for a first down. He got down to the 17-yard line. He was at the 20. That's exactly where he had to get. And, this team, obviously, with the offense, it runs. And talking about Harding, they know where the line to gain is.
Oh, it's unbelievable how efficient they are. I played here, so I know what goes on in meetings and what goes on in practice, and you would be shocked as to the level of detail that these O-lines go to with their steps. And I mean, there's no missteps. It's extremely detail-oriented and efficient. It's why they're so good.
Football is at the 16-yard line. Open field is to the right. And now give here to Miller. He's hit immediately, but then he falls forward. And he's going to get down to the 14-yard line. And so it's going to be second down. So that's a 4-yard. You know, he was hit at the line of scrimmage, and he still is able to fall forward for 4. Edwards on the tackle. Second down, 6. Harding can get a first down to the 7. Football is at the 13-yard line. And now looking into the sideline, and now a timeout. So a timeout with 2:16. Let's just step away for a quick 30-second break. 17-7 Harding leads, 2:16 remaining. We take the 30-second timeout. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. Second down and 7. Line of scrimmage is the 13. 17-7 Harding leads, and second down here. Bisons with 247 yards, Bearcats 113 yards. And now the toss left side. Jay is cut down at the 10. And again, this is a great tackling Northwest Missouri State team. Shane Fredrickson got down low and tackled Jay. And now it forces another third down, and there's the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, I mean, you know what you're going to get when you play a team from the MIAA. You know, you're going to get a team that's very talented and knows how to play football, and that's what these guys are. They know how to tackle. They're in the right spot, and, you know, like I said earlier, you get everything. You earn everything you get against them. 2-minute
timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout from Searcy. Harding leads 17-7 over Northwest Missouri State. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. Third down 3, 2-minute timeout, 17-7. 250 yards for Harding, 113 yards for Northwest Missouri State. We'll look at all the numbers at the half. Harding 3 of 4 in the red zone on touchdown opportunities. Kicked the 1 field goal. In fact, they've scored on the previous 3. This is their 4th trip into the red zone. We'll see how this one turns out.
Yeah, you know Harding wants 6 right here. This is a big play, because if they get any positive yards, I'll be shocked if they don't go for it on 4th.
Line of scrimmage is the 10. It's 3rd and 3. And now here is the toss right side. Franklin to the 5. Touchdown, Harding. Christian Franklin on a 10-yard touchdown run on 3rd down and gives Harding the 23-7 lead with 1:55 left here in the second quarter. They've been so good on 3rd down today. You know that's frustrating for the Bearcats, because Harding on 3rd down today, now 7 of 8 on 3rd down.
Well, here's what you do. You trust your quarterback, your senior quarterback. You trust him on 3rd down to just run the triple option. Not a design call to the slot back right there. That was just pure, true triple option. Cole Keelan read it perfectly, and the rest is history.
Lepak adds the extra point. 1:55 left in the second quarter. The new score is Harding 24 and Northwest Missouri State 7. we step away for 30 seconds from Searcy. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. Back at First Security Stadium in Searcy, Bison's lead the Bearcats 24-7. Maddox Morris and Dominic Myers back deep to receive the kick, but it's going to be a deep kickoff into the end zone, and Magnus Lepak, he's doing his job today. Another touchback for him, and Northwest Missouri State will come out. They'll take over at the 25-yard line, and Park talk about the importance of this drive for the Bearcats because Harding gets the football to begin the third quarter.
No, this is huge. If you want to take any momentum into the half, you need some points right here, whether it's 3 or 6. I think Northwest will be happy with anything right here, just something positive going into the locker room.
And now this is Chris Runke, who is back at quarterback. He will take the snap. They're going to run it here on first down. Good hole, and it closes in a hurry, though. And Kyle Henry crashed in, made the tackle at the 31. And the run there by Quincy Torrey, who had the 75-yard touchdown run on their last series. 6-yard gain, second down 4. Runke goes in a hurry, wants to throw, swings it out near side, incomplete, but he had to just get rid of it because Justin Sobczak was in his face and knocked him down as he was releasing it.
And it's a good thing that he was, because he had a free play right there and he knew it. So he would have been able to take a shot down the field had that not been the case.
So
1 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
So the offside penalty against Harding, and it does move it up to the 30, just across the 35, and a minute 33 remaining. And the Bearcats have all 3 timeouts at their disposal. They've already passed the 2-minute timeout. Empty backfield for Runke. Chris Runke takes the snap. Runke looks, now steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to be sacked. Justin Sobczak with the sack drops him all the way back to the 26-yard line. And Justin Sobczak with his 8th tackle for loss. That's his 5th sack on the year, and now it's second down and long.
And this D-line is just, they're so good. When they're able to get pressure with 4 down, it makes it really tough on an offense.
Approaching a minute left until half. Runke now throws it near side, complete at the 33-yard line, but kept in bounds. Now flag comes in, may have grabbed the face mask.
That's what it is.
Of Erwin Nash, the junior from Olathe, Kansas, transfer from K-State. And so this would be third down and 12 without the penalty flag, but Richard Gray will tell us about that in a moment. Just 53 seconds remaining until the half. And so now waiting for our referee. He's looking into the sideline.
Personal foul, face mask, number 5, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic, first down.
Well, that's a big break for the Bearcats. See if they can take advantage of it up near midfield now at the 48.
Yes, that's a huge break right there. Those are the types of plays that you look back on.
53 seconds remaining. Now that really negates the sack.
No doubt.
So at the 48, open field to the left, 24-7. Harding leads, but Northwest Missouri State near midfield. Runke takes. Runke drops back. Throws deep down the middle of the field, and this is incomplete. Bison's had double coverage over the top. Ty Duggar, along with Deion Campbell, was on coverage, and they were trying to throw it. The Bearcats were downfield to Karsten Pate, the redshirt freshman. He's from Rogers. He went to Bentonville High School. So now it's second down at the 48-yard line. 49 seconds left.
Sobczak again with pressure in the quarterback's face on a little twist stunt in front.
Runke claps his hands, takes the snap, drops straight back, throws near side, incomplete. Pressure was after him. He's knocked down again.
Yeah, guess who it was?
Sobczak, and I'll tell you somebody that's really been coming on as the year's gone on. Caleb Walker was also in the backfield for Harding there, but he had to get rid of it, so the pass was off target because of the pressure.
Yeah, right now Sobczak's just having a field day off this right side of this O-line here.
44 seconds left until half. Sobczak just about 30 minutes away from home. He's from Cabot. Open field to the left. And now here's Runke throwing and complete at midfield to the 45 and diving for the line to gain. It'll depend on where they mark it. Over on the far side, it's a first down. O'Day made the tackle, but a little cross, and they hit Luke Matthews, the senior from Liberty, Missouri. Went to Liberty North. 37 catches on the year and 7 touchdowns, and that's a huge conversion on third down for the Bearcats.
Yeah, looked like a little underneath screen right there on a dig route there, on a shallow dig route.
So it's at the 41. 37 seconds left. He went out of bounds, so that conserves the timeout. Now Runke takes the snap. Runke looks. Runke throws. Complete at the 22-yard line, and then tackled immediately by O'Day, but complete to Trevor Spady, and now they'll use one of those timeouts. He's a redshirt freshman from Omaha, and you talk about this Northwest Missouri State. When you look at their roster, there's a lot of key pieces on there that are not seniors.
Yeah, it's a talented roster, and we knew that going into it. I mean, look at the success they've had with the schedule they've played. These guys, they play big boy football up there, so this is a lot of talent on this football team, and they finally kind of put some things together here these last 2 times we've seen them with the football.
Yeah, Bearcats started the season at Minnesota State, lost that game on August 28th, but then they won 9 straight until last week and lost against Pittsburgh State. That was at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City. They had a great atmosphere there, 27-14. Pitt State won, but they turned it over 4 times last week.
Right.
It was a big part of that. Football for 21, open field to the right. Runke waits the snap, now has it. Now looks left, now pressure, now he just shoveled it forward, complete at the 10, inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. Creative to Tayshawn Porter, who caught it, and then he almost scored. He got down inside the 5, down to the 2, and now it's first down and goal, and the Bearcats will use their second timeout, and now they're in position to not just think about 3, but about 6.
Well, crowd wanted to hold, Coach Simmons wanted to hold, and I think they might have a point. Sobczak, I saw 45. I saw that number stretching a little bit.
Yeah, Coach is not happy. Coach Simmons talking with the referee, Richard Gray, during this timeout. So,
you know what they say, though, Billy? They say there's holding on every play.
Yeah.
It just doesn't always get called.
Yeah, it's first down and goal for the Bearcats.
Regardless, a really nice play by the quarterback there. A little Patrick Mahomes-esque. Just get rid of the football, get it to a guy in space, and you got enough talent around you to let that guy go make a play.
So now first down and goal officially at the 2.
It's big right here.
Yeah, 24-7 Harding, but Northwest Missouri State knocking on the door.
Still got a timeout. I'd expect this one to go right up the gut.
Porter is the back to the left, and now timeout Harding. So the Bison's final timeout, they use it, and the timeout in Northwest Missouri State. What makes this, I think, so important, Park, is the fact, obviously, Northwest Missouri State is very simple. They're down 24-7. Bearcats need points, but also on top of that, another simple fact, but just worth noting, is that Harding gets the football to begin the third.
No doubt, yeah. And so far, Harding's been able to pretty much do what they want on offense. They've driven the ball just about every time they've had it, and it's interesting right here with 22 seconds left. You have a timeout if you're Northwest Missouri. Do you risk running it? You've had success running it up the middle. You have that timeout in your back pocket, or do you try to hang on to that and put one in the air? We'll see what they go to here.
Porter, the sophomore from Omaha, is to the left of Runke. from the 2-yard line. First and goal. Runke takes. Runke now rolls right. Runke throws. It's complete at the 2 and then tackled in bounds by Deion Campbell. So now they will have to use that final timeout.
Yeah, that's interesting right there, because now you have to put it in the air. You would think. Otherwise, you run the risk of not getting another playoff.
You're really rolling the dice if you don't.
You're rolling the dice, yes.
So now the downs don't matter. It's second down and goal. The time is what matters, 14 seconds. And in the grand scheme of things, I think when this game is over, whichever team wins, I think we'll still look back to this series right here.
Yeah, and look back to the face mask, right?
It was a big play because Sobczak had the sack. It was second down and very long. The Bearcats had completed a pass, but it was going to be third down and 12 without that face mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a huge play in this drive, and who knows? Who knows? May end up being a huge play in this game.
Just one turnover so far in this game. Northwest Missouri State fumbled it on their second series. They had just gotten a first down, and in first downs, Harding has 19 downs in this first half. Bearcats have 7. Bearcats back on the field. Football's on the right hash. They still have a Porter. He's the back to the right of Runke. Chris Runke looks out of the sideline. Just 17 seconds. They put 3 seconds back on the clock, so 17 seconds left in the half. Runke takes. They are going to run it up the middle, and Clark Griffin made the tackle at the 2-yard line. And now they have to hurry and scramble. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, and now Runke to the line of scrimmage, and he can spike it because that was third down.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, though, Billy. You've got to throw the football right there, because then you get multiple plays. Great job by Harding. I mean, that's ideal if you're Harding right there.
The Deion Campbell tackle to stay in bounds, and then we've seen Clark Griffin. He's the Defensive Player of the Year in the Great American Conference. This is his 7th playoff game, 4 sacks and 10 tackles for loss, all the experience he's had.
Yeah, that was huge. If you're going to run the football up the middle, you got to do it on first down, I think. When you have a timeout.
Yeah, Olwaley for the field goal try from the right hash, and it is up, and it is good. That's a 18-yard field goal. But the Bison fans, they're on their feet. They feel like they came away with a win there.
Yeah, when they've got first and goal from the 2 and a timeout in their pocket, yes, that's a huge win for Harding.
So 24-10 at the half. The teams head to the locker room, and what was I don't think there was anything in that first half that we saw that we didn't expect to see. 2 elite teams really going at each other. The turnover from Northwest Missouri State was a big play. They were in Harding territory, and Harding was able to cash it in. They just got 3 on that drive, but able to score.
Yeah, no, that was huge. I mean, there's been a few plays you can look back at and you can say, man, this was a big one here, this one was a big one there. That was obviously a huge play off the defender's foot and into the hands of Harding. Anytime you take the other team turns the football over and you can turn it into any kind of points, that's a huge swing, whether it's 3 or 6.
24-40, the time of possession in favor of Harding, 5:20 for Northwest Missouri State. Aiden Efall's down on the sideline. We're going to let him take a break. We're going to let you take a break, but I want to go down and get Aiden's thoughts on the first half before we let him get away at halftime. Aiden?
Yeah, Billy, I mean, I would agree with what you said. These are 2 elite teams. But the big plays have been the turnovers and the penalties that have given up a lot of points for Northwest Missouri State. That's what really upended them in their 2 losses. They're negative on the year in turnover margin. Of course, that -4 against Pittsburgh State is a big part of that. They're -5 coming into the game today. They have a very solid team, but it has been the mistakes that have been what cost them their 2 losses. For the Bisons, of course, defense wins championships, and they have a great defense as always. They've been able to force Northwest Missouri State into a lot of passing situations, which plays into their strengths. They have allowed one of the worst passing efficiencies for opposing quarterbacks, and they've showed it here today.
All right, Aiden, thanks for your reports. I tell you what, we'll come back and check in with you right before we start the second half, so we'll let you and Park take a break at halftime. Bisons 24-10 have the lead over the Bearcats at the half. We're so happy to have our viewers watching, Northwest Missouri State fans and Harding fans, and really I think, Park, we have fans from across the nation watching this game today on D2 Football World. I think the eyes are on this game.
Well, there's a lot of talent on the football field, and it's been a fun game to watch so far in the first half, and a lot of energy out there and a lot of really good football on both sides, and I think we'll see more of that in the second half.
All right, Park, talk to you in the second half. We are at halftime. Bisons 24, Bearcats 10. At halftime, we'll step away, and we'll come back in 5 minutes, and then we will look at the scoring summary from the first half in 5 minutes. It's Harding 24, and it is 10, the score, 24-10 over Northwest Missouri State. As we take the 5-minute break, this is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs.
I've always been wrong about me, Lex.
Back at the half, it is Harding leading Northwest Missouri State. As we are at halftime, we'll look at the scoring summary coming up and tell you how the teams got their points and got to 24-10. So let's go ahead and do that right now as we look at the statistics from the first half of play. All the scoring started with Braden Jay on a touchdown run, 7-yard run, 9:16 left in the first quarter. Northwest Missouri State got the football to begin the game, and then they went 3 and out and then had to punt the football, and then the Bisons went down the field. They won the toss. Bearcats wanted the football, so Harding will get it to begin the third quarter. But a 9-play, 65-yard drive by Harding gave Harding a 7-0 lead, took 4:58 off the clock. And that's a big story, the time of possession in the first half. And then another big story is the one turnover for Northwest Missouri State. They're now -6 on the year. One turnover in this game here so far, and it was an interception that was deflected, and Jordan Mays came up with the interception. And then Harding would drive down, get in the red zone, but Northwest Missouri State would make them settle for a field goal. Magnus Lepak hit a 25-yard field goal, 7 plays, 46 yards. That took 4:10 off the clock at the 3:49 mark of the first quarter. That gave Harding a 10-0 lead. And then in the second quarter, at the 10:08 mark, Braden Jay had his second touchdown run of the day, a 10-yard run. That was a 12-play, 67-yard drive, took 7:31 off the clock. Lepak added the extra point. And then right after that, on the very next play after the kickoff, first play from scrimmage on the next drive, we saw the speed from Quincy Torrey, and he scored up the left sideline from 75 yards. Just took 12 seconds off the clock on the scoring drive. 17-7 after the extra point was made by Olwaley. So then 17-7 at that point. Then Harding got the football back. Northwest Missouri State almost forced a turnover. The ball was punched free on the kick return and then picked up, though, and recovered by Harding, but there was a penalty on the play that moved Harding back to the 10. So they started the drive from their own 10-yard line and a 10-point game. They went down the field. It took 7:53 off the clock, and it was another third down. Harding's been great on third down today. It was 3rd and 3, and it was Christian Franklin who would run it in from 10 yards out, and that completed a 13-play, 90-yard drive. Took 7:53 off the clock. Lepak's extra point made it 24-7, and then Northwest Missouri State really put together a great drive. They got the football back at the 25 with 1:55 left. They drove all the way down the field, got it down to the 2, and had first down and goal at the 2 with a couple of timeouts, but they had to settle for a field goal. And as Harding fans have seen, Clark Griffin has made plays his entire career, and Clark Griffin, who coming into play 116 tackles this year, and that is second in the NCAA era single season at Harding. He's just 17 behind Sam Blankenship, who had 130 tackles in 2017. And so, and also coming into play today, he's the D2 active leader with 392 career tackles, and 12th with 44 tackles for loss. And he made one of the biggest plays on defense with a run up the middle on second down that forced Northwest Missouri State to have to use their final timeout and then come out on fourth down, kick the 19-yard field goal. That was a 12-play drive, and the field goal was good by Olwaley, but just a 19-yarder, but it was 12 plays, 73 yards, and it took all 1:55 off the clock because that's the way the first half ended. And both teams back in the locker room right now. Good crowd here in Searcy today for the first round, and a lot of folks down from Northwest Missouri State. 461 miles the trip down from Maryville to Searcy. And again, it's the 5th time that these two teams have met in the playoffs, just the 2nd time that they have met here in Searcy. So 24-10, Harding leads Northwest Missouri State at halftime. We're going to step away. We'll come back, and we will take another 5-minute timeout, and then it'll be ready to get you ready for the second half. We'll join Aiden, Efaw, and Park Parish to begin the second half. That's coming up in 5 minutes. 24-10, Harding leads Northwest Missouri State. We take the 5-minute break and remind you this is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. Back at the half, 24-10. Harding leads Northwest Missouri State. Both teams on the field and ready for the second half. And it'll be Harding who'll get the football. We'll join Park here in just a few moments and talk about how important this first drive is. Harding gets the football to begin the second half. We'll go downstairs and get Aiden Efaw's thoughts as he has gotten ready for the second half as well. And we have 30 minutes of football left, and one very good team is going to move on, and one very good team will have its season end today. But Aiden Efaw, your thoughts as we begin the second half.
Billy, you're right. These are two very, very, very good teams. I've been hearing the Harding players talking as they've been coming back in, and they have been very confident, but they know that this is not a team that is going to get put away easily. Northwest Missouri State is the only team that's currently active in Division II that Paul Simmons has coached against and not beaten. So you can be sure that he has a strong second half game plan to try and put them away. Now on the Bearcats side, they need a spark from their offense, and they can get that from just about anywhere. They're an offense by committee, and they'll be looking to both of their quarterbacks and their backfield and some of their leading receivers to try and give them a spark. But their defense is going to have to play strong here to stop the Bisons from increasing the lead as they get the kickoff right here at the start of the second half.
All right, thanks, Aiden. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on. And Park Parrish, you at the end of the second half, we see this Harding offense to begin second half. They've had a lot of success.
Yeah, you know, this is a big drive right here, Billy. Obviously, Harding is pretty happy with where they are. I mean, you'd have taken 24-10 before the game, but it's still anybody's ball game. And so you want to go down, you want to do your thing. If you're Harding and you want to punch one in and extend this lead back out to what it was. So again, same thing for the Bearcats though. On the flip side, is they want to get a quick 3-and-out stop and go punch one in, and then all of a sudden, you know, this is anybody's ball game.
Whaley with a kickoff, and a good kickoff. Mentioned the wind is blowing out of the northwest, so that really helps the teams moving to our right. Northwest Missouri State will move that way here in the third quarter. Harding will have the football after the touchback at the 25-yard line. And just a few more numbers, 260 yards for Harding there in that first half, 166 yards for Northwest Missouri State, all 260 on the ground for Harding, 109 on the ground for Northwest Missouri State, 57 through the air. 2 penalties against Northwest Missouri State, 3 against Harding. So, and 1 turnover against Northwest Missouri State. So from the 25-yard line, here's Cole Keelan with Franklin in motion. Keelan keeps around the right end, carries across the 30, spins and gets it up to the 39. And Cole Keelan with a nimble move there. He's 6 foot, 210 pounds, and a little pirouette to get the first down.
Well, you know, I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, are we going to see the Harding offense put the ball in the air right here? Might be a good time to kind of catch them on their heels. You know, haven't seen them put it in the air yet, other than the free play, which resulted in a pass interference. But this team doesn't throw it much, but they don't have to. I mean, they're so efficient with their ground game. You know, if it's not broken, why break it?
It's first down, number 20, and now turn, hand it off for Miller, and he's going to be stood up after a couple of yards. White jerseys all around him, and led there by Carter Edwards and also Shane Fredrickson. We called their names a lot today.
Yes, well, they're really good football players. That's why. But, you know, this is what you need if you're Northwest Missouri. You've got to be able to stop Harding on that first down. If you can get them in that second, third down and long, all of a sudden things, you know, become more manageable for you.
Second down and 8 from the 41-yard line, just underway in the second half. 13:45 left in the third quarter, and a 24-10 Harding lead. Keelan right behind Kobe Williams, his center, takes a snap, toss left side, Jay to the 44-yard line, up to the 45-yard line. That was almost a big play. It's a 6-yard gain, but what a great read. That was Mike Harrison. He gambled, the sophomore from Kansas City, and he almost got in there on the toss.
Let me tell you what that means, Billy. That means it's time to put the football in the air. That's what it means. But that was nearly a pitch 6.
Yep.
That's what you call it in this offense.
Yep. Third down, 3rd and 4, and Harding in the first half, they were 7 of 8 on third down. Open field to the right. Keelan takes the snap. He's going to throw. He throws downfield. It is caught inside the 25-yard line. And Brady Barnett, the sophomore from Mountain Home. And Park Parish, you've seen this offense. You've run this offense, and you felt that was coming.
Well, you know what? I think Coach Wheaton saw the same thing I did. You see a guy gambling like that, you think, okay, well, let's slow that down a little bit, and that's the way to do it.
But talk about the coverage. It was good.
Oh, the coverage was great. Yeah, safety did a good job, but just a really good throw and a really nice catch by Brady Barnett.
So they convert down to the 25-yard line, and open field is to the right. Keelan takes. Keelan tucks the football. He's going to carry it around the left end, and he is going to be shoved backwards. 4 white jerseys all around him. And that is Edwards who made the tackle, Carter Edwards. And now it's a 2-yard gain, 2nd down, 8 coming up.
Yeah, this is, Northwest has been good on first down the last few first downs we've seen outside of the pass. But, this is what you want. You want them set up in these 2nd and longs if you're Northwest. This D-line is really talented. This O-line for Harding, they have a hard time getting to those backers.
Yeah, and a big defensive line. Football on the left hash. Now Keelan toss right side. Franklin hit hard and dropped at the 22-yard line. That's a great play by Northwest Missouri State. And Carter Edwards, a senior from St. Louis, made the tackle and no gain. Now 3rd down and 7, maybe about a half yard.
If you can't get a guy to that backer and he's able to just flow free like that, then, a guy that is as good as he is and tackles as well as he does, you're not going to make him miss in the open field much.
If you don't get a yard at all and you're going into the win, it's a 40-yard field goal from right here. 2-score game right now, 10:53 left, 3rd quarter. Open field left. Keelan takes the snap, gives to Miller. Miller lowers his shoulder and takes it up the middle. It's going to be 4th down. He is stopped by Shane Fredrickson about 2 yards, maybe 2.5, almost 3.
This was never a question here, just not even a thought.
Bison's going. 4th down, have to get to the 15 for the first down. Fans on both sides of First Security Stadium standing.
Anxious to see what you go to right here. Harding still with this tight end set. We've been seeing him run this all game.
Need almost 3. Keelan toss left side for Miller. First down inside the 15-yard line down to the 11. And we saw that toss to the B-back again. And first down for Harding.
Well, I had a feeling. I didn't want to say it, but that play has been good for 5 at least every time we've run it today. So that was a good job right there.
So Andrew Miller now with 22 carries on the day. And now Andrew Miller has gone over 3,000 yards in his career with his day today. And now Keelan turns, hands it off to Miller. Miller takes it down to the 7 and stop there.
That was a really, really nice job by big number 92 right there.
Yeah, Cooper Berry.
That one's down close to the goal line. I think if he doesn't get off that block, that was a nice play.
It's almost 5. It's 2nd down. Down at the 7 is the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and goal from the 7. And remember, it was a pass play that got the Bisons to convert on 3rd down and get them in this position. So 2nd down and 5 from the 7-yard line. Ball on the left hash. And now Keelan toss right side. Franklin is to the goal line. Touchdown Harding. Christian Franklin, the senior from High Point, North Carolina, with his 2nd touchdown on the day. It's a 7-yard run, and Harding now leads 30-10 with 8:45 left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, double option, we've seen it all day. It's been kind of the bread and butter today.
75-yard drive to begin the 2nd half, and again, aided by 1 pass.
Yeah, it's not like you're just breaking off these big plays against this Northwest defense. I mean, it is hard going, but Harding has just been really efficient. I mean, it's been difficult, but they're scoring.
Yeah, Leapak adds the extra point. 8:45 remaining in the 3rd. The score is Harding 31, Northwest Missouri State 10. We step away for 30 seconds. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. .8:45 left here in the third quarter. Bison's a 10-play, 75-yard drive, capped off by the Christian Franklin 7-yard touchdown run. And Magnus Lepak, another kickoff that goes into the end zone. And now we'll see Northwest Missouri State, much like what I said when Harding had the early 17-0 lead. You felt like they had to do something on that drive. You feel like the Bearcats are in that position again right here, down 31-10 with 8:45 left in the third.
Harding's going to keep marching down the field and scoring. They're going to feel like that every time they have the football.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it is.
Zechariah Owens in at quarterback. And now Owens will turn and hand it off. And now some running room across the 35-yard line. Ty Duggar on the tackle up to the 36-yard line. And we've seen Quincy Torrey be very good today. We saw him on the 75-yard touchdown run. He had the run right there, and that'll put him over 100 yards. That's just his fifth carry. It's a first down up to the 36-yard line.
You know, we haven't really seen an O-line that looks like this Northwest O-line all year from the Bison standpoint, and they are able to move some bodies.
It's an empty backfield now. Here comes Torrey to the backfield to join Zechariah Owens. And now tight end in motion from left to right, and they'll come to the right side. Torrey looking for somewhere to go, and there's just nowhere to go. He is met by Clark Griffin and Ty Duggar on the corner, and he's going to get maybe a yard just up across the 36, up near the 37, so second down and 9.
Smallest guy on the field, but the best tackler.
Open field left, 3 receivers there. Now empty backfield. Owens sends a man in motion from the right side. Now Owens claps his hands. He's going to tuck it and run, come to the near side. 40, 45. He's to midfield. He's got a first down. He's tackled by Ty Duggar at the 48-yard line. And I'll tell you, very early in the year, he had this offense going, and he was getting it going with his wheels as much as his arm.
I'll tell you what, too, they start pulling those big guys up front, and whew, that's a load coming at you.
Yeah, football at the 48-yard line. It's on the right hash, and the back this time is Porter. Fake the give to him. Now Owens to throw. Owens fires, man open at the 43. Complete inside the 40, down to the 35, to the 34-yard line. Ty Duggar made the tackle, and he's limping as he gets up. And the completion there to... There's a marker down. We'll have to check that. The completion to Bell. It looks like this is coming back. Everybody's walking back that way anyway. So we'll see long discussion.
Illegal touching, number 86, offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's a loss of down. Second down.
So Park, he was not eligible.
Well, that makes sense why he was so open.
I mean, that's correct, right?
Yes, yep, that was the call.
He caught the pass. Yeah, he was wide open. So now it's second down after the penalty. Take it back to the 47. 6:35 and counting here in the third. Pistol formation. First time we've seen the pistol formation today from the Bearcats. They run it throughout the year. Now coming to the right is Porter, and they're going to hand it off to him. Big hole. He'll take it inside the 45-yard line down to the 39. And Zach O'Day on the tackle. They're going to mark him not quite to the 39, so he did not get a first down. He's about too short. But that's a big gain on what was second down and long, and somebody's down. One of the Bearcats down. I think that's I think that is Grakert that's down. Yeah, and it was Grakert who was, I beg your pardon, a few moments ago, and they have 286 on this team.
I'll tell you, Ty Duggar has gone into the medical tent on the Harding side as well.
Yeah, I saw him get up and limp. Yeah.
He's hurting
that
leg.
You don't, I mean, you want him on the football field. He's one of those that.
That's right. He's a been there, done that guy
yeah.
You know, you want your punt returner to be
available. And all that he brings, just his experience, 18 career pass breakups, 9 interceptions, second at Harding with 233 interception return yards.
Well, and he's a guy on that defense that you just trust to get everybody else in the right position. And that goes a long way.
So now it's 3rd down and 2. Yeah, that's a big development that we'll have to watch.
Which Luke Martin is a very capable safety.
Junior from Dickinson, Texas. He's in the game now. 3rd down, 2 in motion from the left side over to the right side. That's the strong side. And now they're going to run it up the middle. The quarterback, Owens, kept it. He made the first man miss. What a great job by Owens to keep his feet moving. And he made the first man miss, and then he got a first down. And
I think Harding is okay with this bend but don't break at this point. You know, I mean, when Harding playing the style they play, and Northwest Missouri being a run-first team too, you know, this game is going to shorten up. And right now we've seen a lot of clock eaten up on this 3rd quarter.
Caden Henley made the tackle. 5.5 left here in the 3rd. And now first down for Northwest Missouri State at the 37. And now the pressure comes in, and down he goes. And that was Deion Campbell that came flying in and made the tackle back at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, just a little delayed blitz right there, and we don't see Harding do a lot of that, so caught him off guard right there, and that's a big play.
Owens wanted to run the football, but instead it's now 2nd down and long, and you're right. I think the clock rolling like it is right now is a big factor. It's a 3-score game, and now the Bearcats going in a hurry right here. That officially goes down as a sack for Campbell.
You don't normally start talking about the clock in the 3rd quarter, but when you're running the triple option, it matters.
2nd down, now toss to the left side, hit behind the line of scrimmage and down for a loss. O'Day and Clark Griffin combined for the tackle for loss back at the 44-yard line, and they run the toss, the option to the left side. The Bearcats did. Now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was, Clark Griffin is just always around the football. Does a good job of making the quarterback pitch, and then O'Day, kind of corrals the pitch man, and Clark able to go over there and finish him off. This defense sideline to sideline is really tough.
3rd and 17. Man in motion from the right side is Maddox Morris. Now he's in the slot on the left side. Now empty backfield. Owens to throw. Owens throws left side complete, but well short. And Henry on the tackle, sliding catch made by Maddox Morris. Now it's 4th down and 13. You know, the Bearcats wanted to get more than that to make it a more manageable 4th down.
They did, but that was a make it a manageable 4th down type of play call right there. Big play in the game.
4th down, 13 from the 40.
Harding with only 3 down linemen. They're going to drop a bunch of guys into coverage.
Owens takes the snap, drops, looks, steps up. Owens wants to run. Owens to the 35, and he's tackled well short.
As soon as we say they're going to drop guys into coverage, they bring 2 guys on the blitz, of course. So great job of getting some pressure.
Caden Spencer on the tackle, and it's a turnover on downs, and the Bisons turn away Northwest Missouri State on 4th down. That's the 22nd time this year the Bisons have turned away a team on 4th down.
Yeah, and really no option for the quarterback right there. Had to get out of the pocket because of the pressure. Good job of dialing up the blitz. Like we said, we don't see Harding blitz a lot, but they're throughout the year they've been able to get so much pressure with their 4 down. They haven't had to, but this is a Northwest O-line that looks a little bit different, so they're having to send a few extra guys. Pressure was able to get home right there and force the quarterback to scramble.
So football is on the 33-yard line as the Bisons take the snap, toss to the left side for Jay, and now Jay is going to be corralled. No gain on the play. He did well to get back to the line of scrimmage, and someone that's been busy all day, Carter Edwards, right in the middle of that play, and they give him a pretty good mark up to the 34-yard line, so it is a 1-yard gain.
You know, and it's really well blocked. It's just a really nice job by the Northwest defense of working through those blocks to just kind of jam it up, and that's what they were able to do. I mean, Harding blocked it like you're supposed to, just not able to move those guys out of position really to spring Jay.
2nd down and 9 from the 34, 2:35 left here in the third. Now Hines Jr. is in motion, toss it left side for Jay at the 35, and he's run out of bounds on the near boundary. Shane Fredrickson ran him out of bounds right at the 37. So now it's third. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, nice block on the edge right there by Bodie Neal, which allowed him to get 5.
Yeah, and Bodie Neal leads his team in receptions. He's caught 6. He caught 4 at Southern Nazarene.
When you come to play a wide receiver at Harding, you are coming to block.
Yep.
That's what you're coming to do.
And I tell you, there was one big pass play. Brady Barnett caught a big pass play for Harding on that last possession.
But those guys are so selfless, you know, they realize it's more than about just me.
So now bootleg, Keelan rolling, firing, complete. Barnett again inside the 50-yard line. 1st down to the 44-yard line. And Keelan on the bootleg, and he had his receiver open. And that's the 2nd time that we've seen Brady Barnett catch the football.
Well, we just talked about it. You come here to block, right? But when you do get your number called, it's usually in a really big spot.
1st down now at the 44. Open field to the right as we go under 1:30 left here in the third, and Harding up 31-10. Keelan to the line of scrimmage. Hines Jr. in motion, and they'll hand it off to Miller, and Miller made the first man miss, gets to the 40, near the 40, then he was shoved backwards, and he's tackled once again. That's Shane Fredrickson, who's been so active, and he made the tackle there.
I think you're going to see one more play here and then take this thing to the 4th. I think Harding is A-OK with slowing this thing down.
So it is 2nd down. 40 seconds, that's all that is left here in the third quarter. It's 31-10. Keelan takes. Keelan toss left side. Jay to the 40. Jay dives for the line to gain, and he's very close. I think he's got it at the 34-yard line. And, you know, Jay's good at diving for the pylon. He's also good at diving for that line to gain marker, and he got it. 1st down.
All right, to the 4th we go.
Boy, Paul Simmons and his team, they're feeling it as they lead 31-10. And the Harding fans on their feet. We'll come back with the 4th quarter in 60 seconds. 31-10, Harding leads. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. (31-10). We go to the 4th. Harding with a lead of 21, and They have the football. Bison's time of possession, they've had it 34:06. The Bearcats have had it 10:54. And total yards, Bison's 369, Bearcats 213. Open field right, and now Keelan from the 34-yard line keeps, and he's going to get it to the 30, so 4 yards. And
4 yards is a win in this offense. You'll take 4 every time.
so second down coming up. Yeah, without a doubt, especially with the lead. That's what Harding wants to do, is move the clock. Bearcats, you know, they're wanting to fumble. They'd love to be able to punch one free. They need a turnover right here. Second down at the 29-yard line, 4.5 left. You expect they're to the point to where they're even trying to tackle the football, maybe punch one free right here.
Yeah, you got to find a little bit of momentum somehow. If you're Northwest Missouri, definitely looking for that turnover.
So now here is the toss to the left side. Jay spins. He's hit hard. I mean, knocked into the boundary. That was a pop at the 28-yard line.
He wasn't the only one that took a shot right there.
Jackson Miller, senior from DeSoto, Kansas.
I think Hines took a pretty good shot himself.
3rd and 6 now.
These guys will hit you.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean,
This is a
big boy football.
Yeah, no doubt. Very physical Bearcat team, physical Bison team. 2 really good football teams playing here in round 1.
Yeah, this is a game that's better than a round 1 game, really.
Here's the handoff now for Miller, and there's the football free, and that's what the Bearcats needed. That's what they needed, a football, the helmet right on the football, and they get the fumble and the recovery, and O'Shea Davis, the senior, comes up with it. He's a transfer from Stephen F. Austin, and now the Bearcats, when the Bisons looked like they were ready to maybe put the final touches on it with a drive like that, you just felt like they had to have a turnover on that drive, and there it is. They just hit the football with the helmet and was able to force it.
You know, this is a Harding team that has not turned the ball over very much, but that was a much-needed turnover for the Bearcats. See if the Harding defense can turn them away here and make up for it.
Yeah, came in plus 13. And now here is the Bearcats. They run it end around to the right side across the 30. It's an 11-yard pickup on the play. First down, Valcarcel on the tackle. And the run there by Maddox Morris. And so now you expect they'll go tempo right here. They
have to.
Yeah.
They have to. I mean, the clock is not your friend. Again, this Harding defense, I'd expect them to just kind of sit back and soft, give you the underneath. Be willing to just, you know, they want to avoid the big plays, what they want to do.
It's Runke in at quarterback. Runke wants to throw. Runke steps up, rolls right, now fires, caught at the 42, coming across the field to the 45 to the 46-yard line. It's a first down. Quincy Torrey, the redshirt freshman from Lee Summit, caught it, and he's got a first down to the 47.
I'll tell you what, that was a really nice job by the quarterback right there of sliding right and throwing it over the linebacker and fitting it into his guy right there. That was a nice pass.
12.5 left, fourth quarter. Bearcats on a crucial drive. They have to score on this drive. Down 31-10. And now Runke looking into the boundary. He has his back, Torrey to his left, and he'll hand it off to him, and he's got a hole across the 50-yard line and dives forward, takes it down to the 46 of Harding. And so now they'll move the football into Harding territory now to the 46.
They don't quite have the sense of urgency I would expect.
Bisons with 4 down linemen. Garner made that last tackle. And now Runke to throw. Runke throws over the middle. This is complete. And then a good tackle underneath at the 43-yard line. That's enough, they're going to say, for a first down. But you said it. They kept it underneath. And the tackle made by Caden Henley. You hear the grumble from the crowd because it looked like just from up here, then I think everybody thought he was short, but they moved the chains to the 43 and a first down. Tight end in motion from left side to right side. Runke takes. He'll hand it off. Porter angles right. He's got it first down. Yardage inside the 30. And still running down inside the 25-yard line, down to the 24. And now the Bearcats have something going right here.
He's a good
with 10:47 left.
That's a good back. He's real efficient. Very good vision. Got a quick burst. He's a good running back.
Here comes Sobczak back in the game. Garner comes off the field. And the football is at the 24 is the line of scrimmage. Porter to the left of Runke. Now play fake, wants to throw, pressure after him, and he's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Caden Spencer had him wrapped around his waist, and he had to throw that all arm, so it did not get very far downfield, and Spencer in the backfield. You got Spencer on one side and Sobczak on the other. That's a couple of great edge rushers.
Yes, they are relentless. And it's probably a good thing the quarterback couldn't get more on that throw because Clark Griffin was sitting there waiting for that football. If it had a little bit more on it.
Second down, Chris Runke from the 24. In shotgun, takes, play fake. Now wants to throw, fires, incomplete. A little bit off target. I'll tell you, Martin had excellent coverage. If that's on target, he might have had a chance to intercept that.
Yeah, that was another one where the receiver looked like he slipped down
he
right
did,
there.
Yeah.
And,
Maddox Morris.
He might have been, turfing that one.
So 10-12 left, and now third down. And again, this is a drive that you feel like Northwest Missouri State, they have to score.
They got to have a touchdown too,
yeah.
I think. I mean, I think this is 2-down territory for sure. You have to have 6 here.
Third down from the 24. Empty backfield, Runke takes the snap. Runke now. Pressure after him. He's sacked. Caden Spencer with a sack all the way back outside the 35-yard line.
I mean, we were just talking about it. Those guys are just relentless, Billy. That we've seen it all year long. They're fast. They're talented. They're just a nightmare to try to block. But you got to go for it here if you're Northwest. I mean, you have to. So this is probably try to buy some time, almost like a Hail Mary. I mean, you just got to throw it to the sticks.
Fourth down and 24 from the 36. Runke steps up, rolls right. Runke throwing deep downfield in the end zone, and this is it caught? Waiting for a signal. There's a flag down.
It's caught for sure, but we got to see what's going on here.
There's a flag down. Did he go out of bounds? Well, the official referee does not have his cap on. It was caught in the end zone, and it would be a touchdown. Delton Davis caught it. But did he go out of bounds?
I think that's what it's going to be. He really did a nice job of sealing the defender right there and making a play on the football.
Yeah,
really impressive.
And Runke knew where the line of scrimmage was. He was running right at it, and he was about a yard behind it.
Illegal touching. Offense, the player went out of bounds on his own, came back in, and was first to touch the ball. That results in an incomplete pass. First down.
So that's a turnover on downs.
Well, I think it's the right call. But a really impressive catch, but negated by stepping out of bounds.
Oh, that is.
Can't see it on the replay, but
that's heartbreaking for Northwest Missouri State because we said, they worked so hard, had such a great drive going down the field, and looked like they'd made a miraculous play. Let's see if we can get that replay after this play. Maybe we can get another look at that after this play right here to see if we could see where he did go out. 9:24 left here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it was a fade route by the receiver, and I saw the quarterback pointing to the receiver, kind of directing traffic, pointing where he wanted him to go.
You see,
but he was up against the sideline at that point in time and must have stepped out then before he cut back across.
See Coach John McMiniman, who's done such a great job. He's got to throw the challenge. Here's the replay. See if we can see it again at the top of the screen. Yeah, we can't see at that point.
The previous play is under review.
So the previous play is under review. So
you have to challenge it too.
Yeah, I mean it's 31-10, 9:24 left, And I think that you're right. I think that Coach McMenamin, who was talking with Richard Gray, and he was, very calm, and you could see the conversation, and he wanted to know exactly what they were, up against here as they go and look at the review. But I think you're right, Park. I don't think they had any choice but to see if they could find something here, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest play of the game because with 9:24 to go and Harding up by 21, you're thinking, boy, all Harding has to do is put together a couple first downs, and all of a sudden there's not enough time to score 3 touchdowns.
And we talk about Paul Simmons and about he played here and his love for Harding, and Coach John McMenamin in that same mold. I mean, he played for Northwest from 1998 to 2002, and he was a part of 2 national championships. So, that's in his blood.
It means a lot to both of these guys.
Yeah.
It always means a lot to a head coach, but when it's your alma mater, it means that much more, and you take that much more pride in it. And he's going to be very successful at Northwest Missouri. I have no doubt in my mind, just like Paul Simmons has been very successful here at Harding. But this is a huge call, Billy. I mean, 31-17 with 9:24 is doable if you're Northwest Missouri. 31-10 might not be.
When on Sunday when this was announced and you just got to looking at some of the tradition. I mean, obviously you don't have to go and Google Northwest Missouri State to know about their tradition.
No, it's synonymous with Division II football.
Right. I mean, they're without a doubt, and 30 straight winning seasons. And then you go over and see what the Bisons have been able to do with Coach Huck and now Coach Simmons. And this team, 42 of their last 44. They've won 42 of 44. They've won 21 straight here at home. So this is 2 teams playing and 2 programs, I think, at the highest of levels. And that's why I said, for those of you that are watching around the country, we know what a huge game this is, not only for both of these programs, but I think to spotlight D2 football.
No doubt. I mean, this is it's a treat. You hate to see it in the first round.
It's not a treat for the teams.
Exactly. You hate to see it in the first round for both of these sides, but it's a treat for the
After video
D2
review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It's first down, Harding. Northwest Missouri's charged 1 timeout, and they're out of replay challenges for the remainder of the game.
Okay, so they went and looked at it, and they said upheld was the word you heard Richard Gray say. So it's at the 36. And so now Harding will have it with 9:24 left here in the 4th.
There has to be substantial evidence, I would think, to overturn a call like that. I'm sure it's more than likely it's difficult to see. We don't know all the looks they had at it.
Hey, and that was a drive that the Bearcats, they had going. I mean, that was an 8-play, 44-yard drive.
I think we've
after
seen
they got the turnover.
We've seen it the last several times they've had the ball. They've been able to move the football, unable to obtain a first down on their previous possession, and then again there. A few sacks here and there has been huge for the Harding defense to set them back, but Northwest has been able to move the football.
So it is first down. They're just waiting to set the football. Spencer with the 1 sack. Campbell has the other sack, and also Sobczak. So 3 sacks for the Bison defense. And now first down at the 36. And now Keelan keeps around the left end. Keelan took a shot. He was hit hard. And that was another hard hit from Shane Fredrickson from Lee Summit West.
Yeah, you feel that one tomorrow.
Football at the 37-yard line. 9:07 left here in the 4th quarter of play.
Yeah, you're fixing to see Harding take this thing down, definitely below 10 seconds before they snap the football. More likely with the play clock around 5 every time. It's going to be a watching the clock game.
Bison's the 1 turnover. That's what stopped the 1 drive. We have not seen the punter Luke Mamana today. Here's Miller across the 45. He's got a first down. Up to the 47-yard line, and he gets 10 on the play.
He is able to just slide and just enough, but he doesn't lose his momentum when he does it. Great backs are able to move while moving forward. They can move laterally as well, and just enough to make a guy miss, and he has an incredible ability to do that.
1,000-yard rusher. He's gone over 3,500 yards now for his career. 28 carries today and 141 yards. Football is at the 47-yard line. And now turn, hand it off. Here's Miller again across midfield, and he was slowed up just enough. And it was Parker Bowen, senior from Raymore, Missouri, that hit him, and then he fell forward for about 3 yards after that. He got 6, so it's second down 4 at the 47-yard line.
And you're going to see another 40 seconds come off the clock here.
Yeah, 7:40 left. Bisons run that clock down as much as they can. Rushing yards today, 351 yards for Harding, 178 for the Bearcats. 4 penalties against the Bearcats, 3 against the Bisons.
Yeah, it's been a clean game for the most part.
So now second down and 4. And now from the left side, they'll hand it off to Miller, who goes straight up the middle off the left hash marks, and he goes down to the 41-yard line. That's another Harding first down.
I think you're fixing to see a heavy dose of trap, of belly, of maybe quarterback power. I don't expect to see a lot of toss and option here. At this point, if you're Harding, you don't need any more points. You just need that clock to continue to move. So not a lot of risk involved going forward, I wouldn't think.
Park, that's 27 first downs.
And it's been steady, Billy. I mean, like we said, it's not been a lot of big chunks. It's just been, those 5, 6, 7-yard gains, which has just kind of chipped away at them.
6.5 left. Now handed off here to Miller. Started to the right, now darts back to the left, takes it down to the 35-yard line. Give him almost 7 on the play.
I mean, when you run this offense, this is what you imagine when you're playing a team with the skill level that Northwest Missouri has. Guys that are big, talented, tackle well. Like, this is what you want. You just got to scheme them and get your 6 or 7 here, and Harding has done an excellent job of that today. They've been very efficient.
So a second down and 3, and Sadler Robinson on the tackle. Second down and 3. Hand it off. Here's Miller to the 30. Another first down. Miller carrying tacklers down to the 26.
Coach Wheaton will go through each player, and he will grade everybody out at the end of this. Every play, you get a plus or you get a minus. So if you run 70 plays, your percentage grade is based off of how many pluses you have versus minuses. I would imagine that this offense across the board, there's going to be a lot of high grades this week.
Shane Fredrickson on the tackle there for Northwest Missouri State. Yeah, and he celebrated a birthday yesterday. Yesterday was Coach Wheaton's birthday.
Happy birthday, Coach Wheaton.
5:10 left here in the 4th. And now, once again, give it to Miller. He lowers his shoulder. He takes it down inside the 25-yard line. Shane Fredrickson on the tackle. There's a Bearcat that's slow to get up. Aiden Efall, you were talking about the time of possession taking its toll, and the Bearcats look tired right now with that time of possession really in Harding's favor.
They have been on the field this whole game, it seems like.
Yeah, I would say it really seemed like they were very tired coming onto the field right after that turnover on downs. The time of possession really having an effect. And that's nothing to be ashamed of for Northwest Missouri State. That's something that Harding has been done to every team they've played all season. And you really felt like whoever came into the second half with the lead was going to get the chance to fatigue their opponent's defense.
There goes Miller. Give it to him inside the 20. 10-5, touchdown Harding. Andrew Miller with the touchdown. And Miller with his first touchdown on the day, and a big day for him. That was his 33rd carry, and he's just 5 short of 200 yards, 195 yards now.
Yeah, minus the fumble, he's had a heck of a day, which, he's a fantastic football player.
Placement down, now the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So Lepak knocks it through. We watch the touchdown run again. Andrew Miller, big hole, and then takes it in for the touchdown. The Bisons now lead 38-10, 4:21 left in the football game. We step away for 30 seconds. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. .421 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and 38-10. Harding leads 8 plays, 64 yards, and Andrew Miller with the 23-yard touchdown run. And you said last week you thought that he's as good as we have watched the Bisons have at the fullback position.
You go back to Romo, Westbrook, and that bunch back in, what was that, 2010, 11, and Harding has had great B-backs every year since then.
You got to talk about one of our buddies down in Georgia, Cole Chansey.
Yeah, All-American after All-American, and he might be the best of the bunch.
Yeah, Blake Delacruz.
They're all fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, they're fantastic backs, and he might be the best one. That's about as high a praise as I can give him.
Yeah, and the speed factor I think that he has, and his size, the speed that he does have. I mean, he's 6'1", 225 pounds. He's a junior. And so here's the kickoff, and it is a kickoff that's going to go into the end zone. It's a touchback. And I know Paul Simmons talked about him earlier in the year, talking about, he went to school here at Harding Academy, played his high school games on this field, and he wanted to be a Bison all his life, and now he's not only a Bison, but he's making a huge impact.
Oh, yeah, he's fantastic. Glad to have him.
4:21 left, and now Northwest Missouri State will see the very talented Zechariah Owens, redshirt freshman. He's back on for this series, and now he's in shotgun. Starts from the 25. He's going to run forward. He's going to be dropped. Sobczak from behind got him at just past the line of scrimmage. He got about a half yard on the play. Well, he had either Sobczak was going to get him or Brock Knapp.
They were both there.
Yeah.
They were both there.
So now it's second down, 4 minutes left. Harding up 38-10. This is their largest lead.
Yeah, you'll be calling his name, though, for a while. He's definitely he looks really good back there at the quarterback position.
Yes, he does.
He's going to have a good career.
Yeah, and he can throw it, he can run it. He's had an outstanding season. And now he'll run it to the near side. He's going to keep the football across the 30, and then he's going to be dropped right there. Valcarcel along with Caden Henley on the tackle. So it's a 7-yard gain. Now third down 3, just 3 1/4 left in this football game. I saw fans talking about it during the week that, hey, this may be a quick game. This was a 1 o'clock, 1:02 kickoff, and just over 2 hours the game so far. Third down and 3, and now they'll run it to the near side on the stretch play, and now cutting it back inside and short. Short of the first down. Guess who made the tackle? Clark Griffin. And it is fourth down at about a yard. They're going to use a timeout, or is there there's an injured Bearcat that is down. So they will tend to him. Clark Griffin, no surprise, he leads the Bisons with 7 tackles, 3 solo, 1.5 tackle for loss.
That's the universal sign for a cramp, stretching that leg out like that.
So he came in just 17 behind Sam Blankenship. You know Sam well. You saw him before the game. He had 130 back in 2017, and so that'll move Clark 7 closer. So he's just 10 short of that now. Good to see that the injured player is up and going off the field on his own. Caleb McCullough, 6'2", 282-pound sophomore from Blair, Nebraska. So now it's 4th down at the 34-yard line. You know, the Bearcats, they had life with that 75-yard run from Quincy Torrey that made it 17-7. And then really the Bison's holding the Bearcats to a field goal to close out the first half was big. Now this is 4th and a yard, and they're going to run it here. Porter's going to have the first down and more. He's gone. 40, 30. He's not going to be caught. To the 10, 5, touchdown, Northwest Missouri State. And the big run, 66 yards on the touchdown run by Tayshawn Porter, the sophomore from Omaha. Touchdown runs for Northwest Missouri State. So
yeah,
they still have life.
They've been able to move the ball on the ground some today, and they got life. It's hanging on by a thread, that's for sure.
38-16, 2:35 left. You know we'll see it onside.
Has to. I mean,
coming up.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't see an onside, it's just throwing in the towel and checking it to them. But
they're going to go for 2 here. Porter to the left of Owens. Porter's just a sophomore.
He's a.
Now somebody's going to have to use a timeout.
He's a hand.
This is their first charge timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
So timeout charge to Harding. We're going to keep it right here. 66-yard touchdown run by Porter. 4-play, 75-yard drive for Northwest Missouri State to get 16 points on the board. Now they're going to go for 2. And again, the winner of this one, we haven't checked the scoreboard in a while. The winner of this one plays next week against either Pitt State or Shadron. Shadron has come from behind and now leads Pitt State 17-14 with 10 minutes left in that game. That's it in Pittsburgh, Kansas.
That is an interesting development right there.
We were in Pittsburgh, Kansas last year. It's where the Bisons had their opening round game. Bisons last year went to Kansas, then to Michigan back-to-back weeks.
It's a little colder in Michigan than it was in Kansas.
No doubt. So now 2-point conversion try. Shotgun. Porter to the left of Owens. And now Porter takes. Porter looks right. Porter throws right, and it is stopped short. That is C.J. Curtis Jackson, who came up and read that perfectly. It was caught, but then tackled immediately, but there's a penalty flag down. Check the marker. It's right at the goal line.
There's no foul for offensive pass interference. The ball was first touched by the receiving team behind the line of scrimmage. The result of the try is no good.
So we're not going to go anywhere because we want to set it up. We don't want to miss maybe what might be an onside right here. The Bisons are preparing for that. They're going to be ready for an onside kick, you would expect. And you think that Northwest Missouri State, you really don't have, I think, an option, do you? But to go for the onside kick here with 2:35 left and scored 38-16.
Yeah. We'll see if
that
they do
does not
it.
sound like you really agreed with me.
Well, no, I agree. I agree with you. I do think that they will. I think it's still too little too late, so we'll see if they opt to do it. I mean, I would assume they would fight to the end, right? But it is the most exciting play in football.
It is, yeah. 446 yards of offense for Harding, 332 for the Bearcats. And then
yeah, here it comes for sure.
Yeah. 398 rushing yards for Harding. Bisons had gone over 500 yards rushing in 4 straight games before today. So now here we go. They're lined up for the onside kick, 2:35 left. And there it is, got a good big hop, but it is covered up by the Good Hands team. What can Braden Jay not do?
He can do it all. We know that. We've seen him do it all.
It's Braden Jay that recovered it at the 46-yard line. Braden Jay's day today, the combination of he and Miller. Miller, 33 touches, 195 yards and a touchdown, averaging 5.9 yards per carry. Jay, 14 carries, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5.5 yards per carry. And Christian Franklin, 6 carries, 56 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 9.3 yards per carry. But the quarterback makes it go, doesn't he?
Well, that's right. I mean, I think, like we said earlier, I think everybody's going to grade out very highly. I think the O-line did a good job. I thought the blocking was excellent. I mean, Northwest Missouri made it really difficult, but there wasn't a lot of mistakes on the Harding end. They had guys in position when they needed them.
Malik Young is in the football game for the Bisons at quarterback. Handed off to Strickland Jr. Strickland Jr. is going to carry it down to the 43-yard line near the 42. So Josh Strickland Jr. in his first appearance today, the junior from Dixon, Tennessee. Northwest Missouri State, did they use a timeout? So Northwest Missouri State uses
Defense, this is their second charge timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
We keep it right here and go over those numbers. And I want to talk about Cole Keelan a little bit more. 50-second start. He's now going to be 48-4 as a starter. This is also Clark Griffin's 50-second start.
Yeah, unbelievable, really. I mean,
And, you know, Cole now, today he has no touchdowns rushing or passing, but he has run this offense, I think, with perfection today. He carried it 9 times for 37 yards, had a 14-yard run. He completed 2 passes to Barnett for 48 yards. And that one in the first half on third down, I thought was, I beg your pardon, that was the first drive of the second half. That was critical.
It was a great design and a great job of execution by Cole and by Brady on that play. It was a big play to keep the chains moving, which ultimately turned into points.
Second down for Harding. Northwest Missouri State used a timeout. They have 2 remaining, is what it says on the scoreboard. I'm not so sure they don't just have 1. Toss to the right side. Deshaun Chairs inside the 35-yard line, and Deshaun Chairs down to the 32-yard line, and then he is tackled. It is a Harding first down to stop Carter Edwards, a senior from St. Louis. 71 tackles. He's playing his final game, it looks like. What a tremendous career he's had. And that is the 2-minute timeout. So 2 minutes remaining, 38-16, Harding leads. We step away for 60 seconds and take the break. This is the 2025 NCAA Division II football playoffs. So 2 minutes left, and Harding up 38-16. And an update on the scoreboard, Pitt State has just taken the lead back over Chadron State, 7:29 left, and they lead 21-17.
That's a good ball game there.
So now here's Malik Young, who's going to keep the football, take it up the middle, take it inside the 30-yard line, down to the 29-yard line. Malik Young, you know, we sing his praises as well. He's always ready. The junior from Memphis, and he runs this offense so well. There is a timeout for Northwest Missouri State. It's second down and 7 coming up here for the Bisons.
You know, the good
Clock 1:52.
So that's their last timeout. That's the Bearcats' last timeout.
You know, Harding has not had a lot of close games the last few years through the regular season. A handful, but not many. which means that Malik Young has gotten to come into the football game and has a lot of experience for a backup quarterback, which is, extremely valuable. And he does a fantastic job of running this offense. He is a very capable backup that when he comes in there, he's probably more of a threat than Cole Keelan is to run. So he brings an aspect that is very dynamic, and he's a really good football player.
This Harding team, I think, in the red zone today, 5 for 5 to win playoff games, to keep moving forward against good teams. When you get there, you have to score. They had the one field goal, but touchdowns outside of that. And then the sacks, 3 sacks today, I thought were critical.
Yes, and they were all big sacks. Seemed like it set them way back behind the sticks. One negated by the face mask a few plays later, but other than that, they've been, critical sacks.
Second down at the 29-yard line, 1:52 left, Harding up 38-16. And now here's the give up the middle, and Strickland forward, and he'll take it down inside the 25-yard line down to the 24. Cooper Berry, another senior for the Bearcats from Warrensburg. What a player he is. He's 6'6", 255. Made the tackle there.
I think you could just handpick any of them at random on that defense and say, wow, that's a really good football player.
Third and a couple. And if you get the first down here, then you can take the clock down. Third down and 2. And now Young takes the snap, hands it off. Strickland Jr., he's got the first down inside the 20-yard line, down to the 16, and that'll do it. And then the Bisons can get ready for Park Parish and all quarterbacks' favorite formation. And it's Paul Simmons has the headset off now down on the sideline. I know he has so much respect for this Northwest Missouri State program, and I know John McMenamin has the same respect for the Bisons. Those two gentlemen were on the field talking for quite a while before the game.
It's the program that's had your number in the playoffs.
Yeah. So from the 16, now the Bisons can take a kneel down, and 31 first downs, Park.
Yeah, that's a testament to how efficient these guys were, and it's also a testament to the Northwest defense for how tough they were. They weren't letting Harding break stuff off. They were making tackles in the open field, and Harding had to work for it.
They'll just have to kneel it down one more time right here, and there it is. Bisons are going to win the first round game 38-16. They knock off Northwest Missouri State. Their season ends at 9-3. The Bisons are 12-0 as Paul Simmons and John McMenamin will congratulate each other at midfield. Aiden Efall, final thoughts on this one.
Yeah, two great teams, and Northwest Missouri State has a lot to look forward to in the future. I mean, Coach of the Year in year 1 for John McMenamin. They're going to be a very strong contender for the next several years in the playoffs with this core that they have. The Bisons were dominant as usual. They showed that number 1 defense and the 3rd-ranked offense in the country. They showed their number 2 passing defense in the country. They were great today. And this was a great game day atmosphere from both sides. I was out loading my car at 9 a.m. this morning. Northwest Missouri State was tailgating in the parking lot of my dorm already. Their fans were great today. They stayed the whole game. And I'm just very happy with this Bison's performance, and I'm excited to see what they can continue to do after the Thanksgiving league.
All right, thanks, Aiden, and thanks for your report. Happy Thanksgiving to you next week. And Park Parish, your thoughts on this football game today?
I thought the offense played the best game of the year, honestly. I thought they did a great job of executing. They were hard-nosed. That Northwest defense hit, man. They hit, and they hit, and they hit. And Harding was able to just keep it rolling, made the right plays. Did an excellent job blocking. Coach Wheaton was in his bag. Coach Wheaton gets a high grade in my book too. So that's a Northwest team that's extremely talented. They'll be right back in the mix next year.
Yeah, without a doubt. And we will have coverage here next week. We will be here in Searcy. We're waiting the opponent. Right now, look in Pittsburgh State and Chadron State. That's 21-17. That game is in the 4th quarter. 6:32 left in that one, so that one's still not decided, but Harding will play the winner of that game next week. And Park Parish, look forward to being with you and have all of our fans from Harding and either Chadron State or Pittsburgh State with us and joining us for the broadcast.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun next weekend. A little bit cooler, I think, next weekend, so have to bring some warm gear. But it'll be nothing for those teams from up north.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you, Park Parish, your family, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. And thanks so much for joining us today. And Park, always great to be with you on a Saturday afternoon and watch a football game.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful day for some football and a great ball game we got to watch. Go Bisons.
Yeah, two great programs here today. And thanks to all of you for joining us. Thanks, Mark Pryor. I tell you what, he did a lot of work this week to get us ready for this playoff game, and our entire crew, thanks so much. Jordan Crisco back in the studio, our engineer on radio, and also Mark Pryor, our chief engineer here on TV. So glad to have everybody with us, and thanks so much for all of you for joining us today. And Bisons of Harding move on. They beat the Bearcats of Northwest Missouri State today by a final score of 38-16, and they'll move on to round number 2 in the playoffs. So far, our entire crew, and for Aiden Efall down to the sideline, and for my partner, Park Parish, this is Billy Morgan saying thanks for being with us, and so long from First Security Stadium in Searcy.